Hello, this is Shafinur from Bangladesh, and I would like to moderate this technical session 8. And this session will be chaired by Dr. Sadaf Shah, who is Associate Professor in the Department of English in University of Jammu. He has attended International Writing Program IWP in USA, University of Iowa, working on one project, and also he attended uh, 45 international and national seminars and conferences. Also published 27 papers in national and international journals. So I would like to invite Dr. Sadaf Shah to chair this session. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually thought that it's a male,
Yes,
so
yes.
actually it's she. So okay, thank you so
But
much.
that's perfectly okay.
Yeah. So,
That's
ma'am,
fine.
yeah. Ma'am, please start your session. And also, I would like to tell the participants, the presenters, that please try to complete all the paper presentation within 10 minutes. And also, the other people who are listening, please mute your audio. And also, if you have any question, you can write on the chat box. And if you want to talk, you can, if you want to ask directly the question, you can ask the question at the end of all the session, all the paper presentation. So thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Sadaf. I'd like to pass the ball on the court of Dr. Sadaf. Thank you.
Thank you for these kind words. And yeah, welcome. And let's begin with the session. So what we'll do is, students, we can even want the presenters. We can have each paper and then we can go for question answers, or we can have all the papers and at the end we can have the question answer session. And what I would like is that if before starting your paper, just introduce yourself. Yeah, so who's the first presenter? Yeah, Firdaus. So Firdaus, before you begin your paper, just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And what would you want? What would you want? Would you want that right after your paper, question should be, we should take questions, or do you want once all the papers are finished and then we can take the questions?
No problem.
Okay, okay. So let's see. So before you start, just introduce yourself. Okay,
Okay.
all the best. All the best.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I am Firdaus Ali Abdullah Qahtan from research scholar at Baba Sahib University, Bidkar Marathwada University in Aurangabad, India. I am from Yemen. My paper is Woman is the Origin. Title of my paper, Woman is the Origin, a critical study between women and culture, Yemen with India. This paper discusses reality of women's life in the two countries, Yemen with India. In Yemen, Yemeni women plays a secondary role. It's between the running household and working outside also. In rural areas, helping to work out with family farms. In this paper, I start with the Yemeni and Indian women's daily life and social customs, then empowering women. The last point which is discussed is the reality of both Yemeni and Indian women. Yemeni and Indian women are viewed as subordinate and intelligent mothers, sisters, and wives who perform household duties because they are very strong women and they can face all difficulties with clever management. The worth of civilization, the Muslim influence on India, and the influence of Mahatma Gandhi ji, who motivated women to participate in freedom of movement. As a result of this retrieval of freedom, women in India have distinguished themselves as teachers, nurses, air hostess, booking clerks, receptionists, and doctors. They are also participating in politics and administrations. Yemen is outstanding at trampling on women's rights. According to the United Nations analysis, Yemen came in the list of 146 countries on women's rights. Also in India, crimes against women are rising too. According to NCRP data analysis, it's reported that in each 15 minutes there are one woman. It means that in each 15 minutes, 35,000 rapes happened. Yemeni and Indian women are well known throughout the history. There are many famous greatest queens in these two countries in the past and nowadays in science, education, and all fields. For example, this scientist in India, Shabha Toli, is well known for her contribution in the field of neuroscience. She was recipient of Shanti Swar Batangar Prize in 2010. Also, on the other side of Yemen, one of 5 researchers, including Dr. Fathia Zakham from Yemen, she received the 2020 OWSD Elsevier Foundation Award for her work in engineering, innovation, and technology. The woman is a woman in every place. There is no difference from a woman to another in one country or another country. Woman is a person has if a person has a look around himself or herself, he finds this point is true because the woman is the sacrifices maker everywhere and every time. For example, also this another example from Yemen, Miss Fatima Al-Aswadi. She has received the first ranking prize for the 3 minutes thesis competition in computer sciences postgraduate colloquium in 2017 at the University Sains in Malaysia. Women and girls have suffered massively in the country's 5 years fighting, where the civil war has been raging in Yemen since 2015. Women police officers are adopted to most police stations to encourage women to go to police stations to register cases against crimes committed against them. This is in India also. It is concluded that Yemen, India, and the rest of the world would do well to make women's safety and freedom central goals of democracy and development. Also, needs to learn about the science of cultural change. The question which puts itself here, is this earth a suitable place for women? Thank you very much for your listening. Okay, I finish.
Okay, so what would you want? That question should be taken right away or after the session? Rest of the students? I think let's take it once we finish the all the papers, okay? Who's the next presenter? Yeah, let's take after all the papers are done. Who's the next presenter? Who's the next presenter? Is the next presenter present?
Dr. Divya? Hello, Dr. Is Dr. Divya there?
Not there?
Divya Das? Dimpi Sonod? Hello.
Good morning. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, respected ma'am, and all the participants. Myself,
Good morning.
I'm from Assam. I'm a research scholar of florist in present rule of with religious festivals of Bolkasari since the time.
Dimpi, you'll have to check with your internet connection because you're not audible properly. Dimpi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're not audible
So
properly.
let's
You check.
begin
Yeah.
again. Kera is the greatest religious festivals of Bolukasari since time immemorial. Am I audible now? Hello?
Yeah, now
Yes,
you're
you are
audible.
completely audible.
Yeah, now you're audible.
Rising festival of the year. Four
Diva, I think you have a problem with connection because it's not actually clearly audible.
symbolic later said to be done of the
Dimpi, you'll have to check with your network connection.
and actually
Audibility is
it is
very
raining
less.
here, so probably this related at the alerts is made by season times. It is a belief that the alerts symbolize a holy route from the heaven to the earth or from earth to heavens. The ideology philosophy here indicates a holy link between the God of the heavens and human beings. Lukasa is in Chinese community. They belong to the Tibeto-Burman linguistics family. They are inhabited Kuprachar, Sirang, Baksa, and Udalguri districts, which is mostly known as a Boruland. Their traditional religion is known as Baitosins. So the role of the woman in this correct festival, Dodani or the female priest is the chief performer of the Kerai festivals. She performs most of the essential rites with the help of the puja and theory. From the starting of the puja, Dodani is found to demonstrate three stages of activity. First, she is streamed by the formula of the puja. This stage is called at Anglang Khaina. In the second stage, she fell into the trance. In the third stage, she converts into spiritual beings, so she can tell the tales of the goddess by also saints are nature into three stages. First, the saints are moved. Secondly, she assimilates with God and goddesses. And thirdly, she imitates the nature of different god and goddesses. She demonstrated different kind of dances in this ritual. So she Manchanai and Dodani lines of the Baito alerts and springs of the holy water, risings of the alert, the spring or thereby purification of inner self, commencing purification is also shown through the dance. And then Khazima Sai, that means line of after purification of body, see the light and one is expected to bend his knee and the reinvention and spiritual sense of body. Depiction of all states in life, the like childhood, youth, old age, life is a dynamics, not statics. The limitless. If you can limitless service, we have a temporary existence. Universe exists all costumes, feelings of humanity, border. All this. That is why what is the next one is Karai Gusai, limitedness, and our life is temporary. So our how Gusangna is dance. Gadungle Bannai Mansanai, that means dance of a fly is restricted. the insect cannot fold its wings, so it has happening from one place to another. Man also disinterest comet plants moves from one place to another for controlling or if that means deriving away from insect. The insect which their shavila make their home, sowing their lives with containment. Like dams, humans to live united. The dams so set demand. Then dal tungri sidnai mochanai. That means dance with sword. For the security and defense of your own weapons to protect us. Dhal is the remover of all obstacles. By moving the urtis and moving the shields and the sword, they so driving away the enemies. The six, they are the hands graciously as if enemies are confronting them. The voice goes in clockwise and anti-clockwise position. No sins of the world should touch the body of the community member. Then next, Karonai Gado Manchanai, voices and X weapon. In the earlier two, this ruler and two by doing dangerous play or tricks. The enemies cannot dare to inflict any injuries provided one is truthful and religious minded. The power needed to send its sword need perfect Congress. It is expected from unity that they should also protect themselves at night their enemies by sowing their consuming fire. The dance basically showed perform difficult acts in it is power motor force. It is the control the enemies through willpower. Then the Khula Lagnai, that means consuming of clockwise blood. On powerful enemy so irritable the blood of sacrifice cooks in a go, but at the time is not able to consume. Lies unconsciousness is reached. The body is made of the various part as a horse. With a healthy body moves and body as it desires. The dancer goes in a circular motion in the dance. Third Bangrai Sifanai. In this world, we all born third category peoples. We are loved by property, while children accept the people can now benai. That means both growing. Imagine both which are from one place to another. Some they reach will complete and Ragung Sivana. It is a difficult family in this set. It is a true that it is a very narrow. The anti-people the religion born and of the have the religion is about dance on the calm or see peace smile. I see that instead of the God for as a we can never just are also Baito follower want a religious argument was going on. People as a mark behaving innocently with enthusiasm and celebrating victory. This one is Zarafala Di. The Dodhan is so mention of the Pandit's father-in-law. Since here is the deriving away from whom he wanders from one place to another. This Dodhan Fana he is a belief we see it with he is the epicenter of the Kerai festival. The virgin priests who assimilate her with god and goddesses demonstrate different dances, offer sacrifice, tell fortune for the bad and good. The Revitari the Mainau, the god of welfare, just livings of human beings. She is considered as a peace and prosperity.
I think Dimpy lost the connection, or no, she's here. Dimpy, are you done with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
Finished.
We could not hear
Actually, it is
much, but
raining
yeah,
here, so
we could read it. So
Ma'am,
let's
actually
take
it is
the
raining here,
question
so
once all the
I have
papers
some
are
network
done.
issues.
So the next one is Mr. Pankaj Kumar. Are you there,
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Pankaj? Yeah, hear us?
okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And Dimpy, could you please
Uh,
mute your device?
Microphone, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me to present my paper. Actually, I am presenting my paper through paper reading. I have no PPT, so I'm going to start. My paper is related to Amitabh Ghosh. The title of my paper is Gender Issues in Amitabh Ghosh.
Pankaj, so sorry, I'm
Ghosh,
stopping
the
you.
glass palace.
Sorry, Pankaj. Just introduce yourself briefly
Yes.
so that we all know that from where you are.
Okay. Okay.
Could you please
Myself Kumar
switch on
Pankaj.
your we can see you? Kumar Pankaj.
Myself Kumar Pankaj, research scholar, Department of English, BRABU, Muzaffarpur, Bihar. The topic of my paper
Excuse
is
me,
gender
Pankaj.
issues in Amitabh
Hello.
Ghosh. Yes, ma'am.
Could you
Yes.
please be visible so that we can see you?
Roshan ma'am, he's visible.
Yes, my camera is on, ma'am. My camera is on.
Now it's off. Yes, now it's on.
Hello.
Yes. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Amitabh Ghosh is one of the authors who made the people realize the importance of Indian writing in English. Ghosh is the only writer who reflects the truth of Indian reality and bear many responsibilities of a veteran author who creates sensation in the world of English literature and claims a unique position in the post-colonial literature. We see gender issues and feminine consciousness are matter of serious concern for Amitabh Ghosh in most of his novels. And in his novels, he does not try to portray the traditional or stereotyped woman character. Most of his characters are cosmopolitan and indomitable. They are mostly independent who try to earn their livelihood by their own efforts. While doing these efforts, they face serious problems caused by male dominating society. In some of his novels, women characters occupy central positions where they don't need help from men to survive. They function as sign rather than a subject with a will and consciousness. Amitabh Ghosh's fourth novel, The Glass Palace, is an epic novel describing some of the historical events of Burma, Malaya, and India, covering a span of 115 years. It tells the story of three generations. In this novel, he has constructed several unique, influential, and strong female characters like Macho, Dolly, Uma, Queen Supalayat, who are epitome of woman empowerment. Each of these women characters tells us something about woman consciousness and their importance in that era. When we go through the novel, we first come across a woman character. The name of woman character is Macho, and he is a business lady, we can say, because she runs a stall, and where Rajkumar works. The novel we see opens in the marketplace of Mandalay with an 11 years old boy, Indian boy, Rajkumar, who comes here in search of Macho. Macho is the great and strong example of vigor and understanding of women. Rajkumar, who works as a keeper to Macho, views her at night and learns about women makeup and even gets his first physical feeling through her. But Macho resists herself and refrains from getting into any physical relationship with him because she is a very strong character. So she take care all of this. This shows her opinion process quite sensible and typical, and this seems to be a regular pattern in Ghost novel, where woman stands as a preserver of culture and spiritual quintessence. Character who is very important in this novel is Queen Supalya, is also a strong and striking character of this novel, who is very sensitive and curious about her daughter. She is not very strong physically, but is very caring about the life and aware about her young daughter. She is behind the many of his decision of the king Thibaw, uh, but we see uh, her decision is not quite good, so that the reign of the Thibaw becomes to end. Dolly is another character, and she is at the beginning in King Supalyat's mat, later grows into her own personality. It is actually Dolly contact with Umade that repents her and gives her a personality. Dolly is beautiful, even more beautiful than the princess that she attains. She serves the princess of Queen Sipalya. Basically, it is this ordinary beauty that enforces a sort of death on her. Not everyone is able to manage beauty. I mean, extraordinary beauty. Beauty attracts, beauty demands safeguards. Beauty also demands elegant behavior, lest it may be spoiled. Well, Dolly fulfills many basics of beauty, if not all. Her life is intertwined with the life of king and queen. Dolly is introduced most casually, just as in attendant, and attaches to the bigger, larger royal way of life. Dolly's especially lies in her ability to calm the youngest princess, who is extremely obstinate and cries and shouts on every possible way. It is very difficult to take care the youngest princess, but Dolly is able to do everything is in a perfect way. Similarly, when the English forces Burmese King Thibaw and Queen Supalya to exile, Dolly, young girl looking after the princess, becomes physically intimate with one of the local servants, Sawant. But the princess snatches him from Dolly, who fervently wants the man to satisfy her physical need. Dolly is badly hurt, but she does not show her emotions. Confused, and yet when Uma coaxes her to marry Rajkumar, she agrees to do so because she thinks that marriage, being a sacrament in the Hindu context, is the only suitable career open to a woman. Dolly elegantly accepts the pain and suffering, and even though she has a strong desire for rejections after her visit to a Buddhist nunnery, yet stops herself as she is deeply dedicated to her responsibility. But later on, she proves her indomitable spirit and a strength of conviction in ultimately entering the monastery and withdrawing from the world. It is her indomitable spirit which makes her survive in all conditions. Dolly is a symbol of the patience and acceptance. She stands for courage, admiration, hope, empathy, and sacrifice. Her obstinacy of spirit lifts the other characters. There is a feeling that feminine virtues such as respect, modesty, and patience encourage women to give into cruelty. But it is important to remember that obedience is not the same as subservience, modesty not the same as masochism, and patience not the same as impotence. Women possessing these traits are to be treated as persons on equal footing with men. Dolly shows that a woman can fulfill herself in a loving and pleasant relationship with others. What governs her is the act of giving, a deep concern of the other, which is the point of insightful importance. Now we comes to the another important character, and she is Uma De. She is another pillar and cosmopolitan character of this novel. Whenever she appears in the novel, she comes with equal strength. The power of ghost narration is such that the moment Uma enters the novel, the reader knows that she has come to stay with the collector because her husband is a collector. And Uma goes to the house of the king and queen. The meeting is ill at ease and hard, but Uma makes her mark there because of her personality. The queen's Supalayat is impressed by the personality of and the dressing of Uma. Uma develops a close friendship with Dolly. Their friendship lasts a whole lifetime. But for all her complexity, attractiveness, and charm, there are problems in Uma's life that she has not been able to sort out. The bond between her and her husband is weak. There are collector who has educated abroad. He does not fit into Indian scheme of things, but Uma is able to fit into her husband's environment. Uma De is a particularly interesting character, and she illuminates one of the idea central to Ghost novel. When we first come across her, she is frequently anxious about being the proper mem sahib because she is a wife of collector. Following conventional domestic equity and living up to the standards of her husband, the collector, the queen is very much fond of Uma's dressing sense and want to examine her garments. Uma De, who leads the traditional and sheltered life of an early 20th century Bengali lady, has no complexity in adjusting to the other's life. In fact, ghost women have a cosmopolitan outlook, so essential in this era of globalization. So she soon realized, however, that her husband's dream was not in accordance with the rule of Indian custom. Uma De is a woman of essence. After her husband's sudden and tragic death, she travels abroad. With the collector's death, Uma's life takes an increasing swing. She becomes a freedom fighter and takes part in freedom fighting actively, a famous person in her own way. Uma is only 28 when she becomes a widow. She remembers her husband mostly as a mimic man, an assistant of the colonizer. She is also very sympathetic and helpful for the other Indian natives and the local of that particular area. Now I come to I want to conclude my paper. Thus we see that Amitabh Ghosh in his novel The Glass Palace has tried to depict women as a life giver, sustainers and continuer of the race as well as women in the source of an identity. All the women in this novel discuss with her surrounding to survive at tolerance resolutions, and each attempt is at achievement in itself. In continuation of the tradition developed by many Indian English writers, Ghosh has developed women who are strong and can express themselves and come to their decision. They are out of the purposive control of men and make their own way. They are symbol of growth, progress, and movement. The women characters break the pattern of sexuality and sensuality and takes their place as whole human being freely and equally along with men. And this is all about my paper. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am, for providing me such an opportunity. Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, you're welcome for that. And we'll take questions after all the papers are done.
Okay.
And the next is Mr. Lead E. Mickey Pochana. Are you there? I could see him earlier, but I think he has some problem with the connection. Are you there?
Lead in Mikey
Mickey,
Pochana.
Poshana, are you there? Earlier I saw him, but I think he with his connection. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Mr. Poshana? Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Poshana, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
are you ready? Can
Yes,
we
ma'am.
begin with your paper? Yeah, sure. So just introduce yourself and then you can start with your paper.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lady Amy Kipchner. I'm a research scholar in department in NEHU. So I'm in a very unfortunate situation, actually, because I have prepared a slide for you, a PowerPoint presentation, but then since yesterday morning, we don't have any electricity. So my laptop power is out. My battery is about to die in my phone. Make this presentation very fast. Right now, only 5% power. I even have to shut down my video to conserve my battery. Yes. So I'll just start with my presentation. And I have to do this on memory. The topic of my presentation is outside identity, the construction of a CAFE query. Now this paper will try to show about this, the possibility of existence of this query, a CAFE query. Now query is not the same as being queer or queerness. Being queer or queerness is a subject position. It is a position which is self-identified with. But queerity is not that. Queerity is an outside position. It is a position conferred by the third party to a subject which they deem as queer. So this puts outside. This is considered to be not a
Mr.
subject position. It
Poshana,
is not a
can I
position.
request you because you're not clear, your voice is not clear. So I know you have
Hello?
problem with the connection. I understand you just said about all your problems, but then it's difficult to make out what you are saying. So
Yes.
yeah, can you just look into your connection once
Hello?
again? Yeah, because it's difficult to make out what you're saying.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are there any slides or PPTs that you've prepared that you can show or anything of your paper? Because what you're saying is not
No,
clear.
ma'am.
Yeah.
My laptop power is out because since yesterday we don't have electricity,
You
so I
did said
cannot
that.
so I cannot show you my slide. I
Okay.
cannot show you my slide in the laptop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I just have to present by memory.
Okay, then, Mr.
Hello?
Pochana, just increase
Yes.
your volume a little. Yeah, maybe then we can hear because otherwise it's difficult to make out what actually are you saying. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
continue.
Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
continue. Now I can hear
Okay.
you. Yeah, now I can hear. While you're
So
reading the
this
paper, we cannot make out what
okay.
you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm talking about query, the construction of query in the CASI context. So this query is not really a subject. It is not the same as being queer or saying that you are queer, because being queer position, it is a position that is conferred by the outside identity, outside entity to the subject that they deem to be queer. So it is really an ex-situ position, not an identity position. And later on, I will explain that more. So this query is a position in which one gives to the other based upon inference. Now this position, the query is
Mr. Pochana, are you there? Mr. Pochana, are you there?
I think he lost a connection. Oh.
till then, Miss Divya. Miss Divya.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't think so. He has some connectivity problem. So till then, can we begin with the questions? Okay. Miss Firdaus.
If anyone wants to ask any question,
Yeah.
you can actually unmute yourself and you can ask yourself, or you can write on the chat box. Okay, I think Dimpy, are you hearing?
Yes, I'm you, ma'am.
Yes, actually, I had a question, though I couldn't hear your, uh, your presentation that much, but I was reading out so far. So, Dimpy, as you were talking about the festival, and is it something like is women power considered to destroy evil, just like Durga or Kali Devi? That was my question actually.
Yes, we may consider women power is destroyed like to do Kali because when Dodani, the tree performer of the festival, she assimilates with god and goddesses, she just dance with a beat of dance and flute. She don't know. She just dance that times. She is totally out of her mind. So you may consider that she is the destroyed evil, just like the Durga or Kali.
Okay.
So are there any more questions? Question on Firdaus paper or on Pankaj's paper? Does anybody want to ask a question? Any more questions? It seems
Or
like nobody. Yeah.
I think no one is asking any question, but if anyone wants to give any feedback or any
Yeah,
comment
comment.
or any observation, if you want to share, you can actually go ahead, please.
You can even write in your chat box if.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Firdaus, we have a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Firdaus
Yes,
ma'am
hello.
is asked by Sunil Kumar, and he asked that please share your knowledge about rural women in Yemen and India.
Yes. Rural women in Yemen actually working at farms and helping their families rather than housework, cooking, raising children, and doing things. Also, they didn't get their chance for education, unfortunately. Also, I noted here in India, especially in Aurangabad, because Aurangabad it is not a very modern city. Same problem, but in another way. In India, the girl can study only at class 10, just. Then they sit at home for marriage. It is very developing country. It is same situation in Yemen. That's why women have this problem everywhere because they don't get the chance in for education, for good work, for good life. Many things against them. We need more to be with women. We need this really.
And Sunil Kumar also asked another question that can you please tell about the women role in culture?
Yeah. Women it is very strong rule in Yemen. We have also women in first about education, nursing, doctors. We are fighting. I am an example here. I came from Yemen to India to finish my PhD. Also, there are many girls coming to India, to other countries in the world, as I showed you in the examples of Fathiya Zakham and Fatma Al-Aswadi. Also, about in culture, we have singers, we have actors, we have many women has strong influence in the society. It is very nice improvement, because women still fighting to take her rules and rights, especially as a Yemeni Muslim woman. There are many obstacles in their way, but we fight against this to be better and for improving our country.
Okay, thank you for those. And there is another question from Roshan. What kind of similar and different issues are there in Yemenis and Indian women literature? Please share your observation from literature perspective.
Okay, about literature, as I notice here in India, and from my friends, Indian friends, as doctors and scholars and students, they are too much interested about culture. In Yemen, it is a little bit about literature. Sorry, this question about literature, yeah?
Literature, yes.
Yeah, it is a little bit because in Yemen, as I told you, there are many obstacles, and the war also complete what is. It is the last strike on the camel's back. Women not interested too much in literature as writers, novelists. There are few names. I know one name. Her name is Rawia. She writes very nice novel, but it is not famous, this novel, and we are not famous about literature. We are only concentrate on studying, being as doctors, what is serve society, because families, because all traditional and traditions force us to go on one path. If you want to study as a girl, you should be a doctor or a teacher to teach other girls, or to take medical care for only women and ladies. Also, families not allow their ladies to go to man doctor, masculine, only feminine. That's why we have to go through. We don't have many chance, many paths, but I don't say that there is no. There are some girls, some women forced and fighting to do something and appearing in the world. We have a minister. We have also one ambassador outside Yemen. That's the difference between Yemen and India. India here, you Indian women get more chances rather than in Yemen, because India is very developing country. Okay, is it okay?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Firdaus, for your nice answer. So I would like to ask Dr. Sadaf, could you please now end the session after saying your observation, and please give some comment on their presentations.
Sure. So it was a wonderful session. So though few of the students, candidates could not read their papers, but nonetheless, it was a wonderful session. We had very good papers, like Firdaus brought a different perspective of Yemeni literature and women out there, their struggles and things like that. So Firdaus, really nice. I'm sure you're doing your PhD also, I think, on this particular subject only, I could make out. But very well done. You had beautiful slides, and a lot of clarity was there, which shows that you worked hard for your paper. And Dimpy, though we could not hear much, we could only read, but thank you for introducing us to this new festival called Khirai Festival, because I had not heard about it before. So, I really want to, on a personal front, I want to thank you for introducing us to such festivals, where the emancipation of women can be brought to the fore, and how it is analyzed, and how you kind of showed that what importance is there in the contemporary world, and especially when during this pandemic time, so many we're hearing so much of domestic. I mean, every now and then, whatever I get to read somewhere or the other, we get to hear about this domestic violence that women are facing. How many cases have been registered? So much have. So it's really nice to show that how emancipation can be brought into through this also. So it was very nice paper, though I wasn't aware of this festival, but for the first time heard, and now I think I'll read more about it. Now about Pankaj's paper, Pankaj, one of my PhD scholars has worked on Amitav Ghosh. It was really nice because she worked on eco-critical perspective. She worked on the works of Amitav Ghosh from eco-critical perspective, and you brought this feminine perspective. So it was really nice. All those memories were brought back because she's from Kashmir. She really worked very hard on her PhD, and when you were reading that, I do not know if he's here, if he's around, but very well done. Your paper was really written well, and it showed that you really put in a lot of hard work to come out with that perspective, and put it in black and white, and it was nice. I wish we could have heard a paper of Mr. Pashana, but due to connectivity problem, we could not hear what he had to say. But nonetheless, when he started, he was saying something on queer. And I'm sure the paper must have been what he has written would have benefited us. It's all right because due to this connectivity problem, we could not hear him. But otherwise, I at the end want to thank the organizers for making me a part of it. It was really wonderful to be here this morning and to listen to all these papers, which were very well written and presented too, in spite of the problems that we had, especially with the connectivity. But still, it was a very enjoyable session. So, want to thank the organizers once again for making me a part of this conference. Yeah. So I'm handing